What's going on, guys? Gomes back again on another MLB The Show 18 Diamond Dynasty video, and I'm gonna bring you guys another top players to invest in. It has been probably at least a month since I went ahead and gave you guys one of these, and I wanted to bring you guys another one again because, of course, there's a roster update yesterday, so the prices for a lot of the guys that you can invest in aren't that high right now. So right now would be a very good really good time to go ahead and invest in players. And as always, I have 5 guys that I think you guys should invest in, some that I think can go to gold and some even that can go to diamond, but nonetheless there is a lot of profit to be made in these players. So without further ado, let's hop into it. But first, I want to say thank you guys. We hit 3,000 subscribers. Of course, my Instagram is now in the description and it will be in the comments. I always pin the top comment as my Twitter and my Instagram, so if you guys want to follow me there, make sure to go ahead and do so. And thank you guys once again for 3,000. I really do appreciate it, man. You guys are the best. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and hop into it. First, we are going to be looking for a reliever for the Philadelphia Phillies, who are actually in first place right now in the American League East, and Sir Anthony Dominguez. And you guys can see his price right now, 180 stubs, and those 111 buy orders. Those are from me. I'm really investing heavily into him because he's really cheap, so it's a pretty low risk kind of player to invest in right now, and I think he has a good chance to go gold. Don't let the fact that he doesn't have a picture deceive you. This man has been having a really good season. Through the last 14 games, he has a 0 ERA, has not given up a single run. He has an opponent batting average of 120, a whip of 0.68. He has an 8.6 strikeout K9 ratio and a 2.5 walks per 9 ratio. So I think his hits per 9 and his K per 9 also could go up a little bit, but the hits per 9, especially with that 120 opponent batting average, could definitely have a lot of room to grow. And also, only 2.5 walks per 9 innings, that really is not too bad, especially for a fireball reliever like Sir Anthony. So I think the walks per 9 as well as the control both have room to grow right there. So all that leads into, I think he has a good chance of going gold this year. And as I pointed out earlier, the Phillies are leading in their division, so usually when a team is leading their division, you know, they usually win a lot of games. So he is their closing pitcher. He'd have a lot of times to shine, a lot of times to hop into games. So I think there is a really good chance that Sir Anthony Dominguez does go gold this year. Like I said, I would recommend investing into him quite heavily, primarily because he's pretty low risk because he isn't going for my stubs. And like I said, I think he has a really good shot at gold for many reasons. Sir Anthony Dominguez, I really think, is a guy you guys should go ahead and get on. Next, over for the Chicago White Sox, who are definitely not in first place. They're not doing too well. We have Garcia, and I was actually kind of surprised that he did not go up in the most recent roster update, but he didn't apparently. But in his last 30 games against lefties, he's hitting .583, but he's got a 1,000 slugging percentage. So the contact versus lefties might not have to go up, but the power needs to go up tremendously at 1,000 slug. Only a 46, really underrated right there. He has 4 extra base hits versus them, 0 walks to 3 strikeouts, so that discipline and vision ratio really is going to stay the same. And then righties, he's hitting .281 with a 737 slug. Once again, I think the contact is about where it needs to be, but the power definitely should be going up in my opinion. 8 home runs and 9 total extra base hits. Also, his speed could go up a little bit. I think he's a little bit faster than the 68 speed that they give him. I'll go ahead and say 79 overall is way too low for Avisail Garcia, and only 1 overall to gold is very not much of an accomplishment that he needs to get, especially because the power numbers, all they need to do is adjust his power a little bit. You know, even if he gets 5s aside on his power, which he deserves even more than that, he's gonna surpass the gold threshold and be at least an 80 overall. He's only going for about 365 or 358 by now. I'm actually gonna try to put in some right here because like I said, this guy, I think in the next roster update, he will probably go up just because he's been swinging the bat so hot lately. and he has the numbers right now. He doesn't even need to move any. They just need to actually do their job and adjust the numbers because he's hitting power really, really well right now. Moving on to Miami, who actually, after trading their entire team, still has somebody who's been doing really well, and that's JT Realmuto. So Realmuto in his last 14 games against lefties, hitting 270 through the 364 slug. That might not move, actually. It doesn't have, right now at least, but I do think he is going to start to turn it on a little bit, of course. And then versus righties, he's hitting 367 with the 600 slugging percentage. So I could see the contact and the power right moving up a little bit, a couple of ticks aside. But the main thing, his arm is really, really underrated. I remember seeing Mark's video, Draftnik Mark. Make sure to check him out if you guys have not. His arm is really, really underrated, and I checked it out myself on StatCast. He's one of the top catches as far as, you know, arm like velocity, you know, throws from like when guys are trying to steal, and that measures how far he can throw, how hard he can throw. So 69 arm strength is really, really low for Realmuto. Of course, he has 76 speed, which is crazy for a catcher, but even if he just gets a couple of ticks on like contact and power, and they move his arm up to like an 80-85, like where it should be, Realmuto has a really, really strong case of going diamond and joining Buster Posey as I believe the only other live series diamond catchers. So JT Realmuto only going for about 160-70 buy now right now or sell now. So I really think you guys should get into him. Once again, pretty low risk for a gold that is not too expensive, and like I said, just a couple of ticks on offense and put that arm strength to where it needs to be, and he has a good chance of going diamond in my opinion. Now moving over to Houston, we have a guy who just did get upgraded actually, Alex Bregman. He did not go diamond. Some people think he should have went diamond. I personally said I was going to be a little bit conservative and say he wasn't going to, but notably they actually nerfed his speed down 5, so I don't know if they kept it at 69 his speed. If he would have been diamond, I don't really know, but nonetheless, Alex Bregman is batting 500 with 1.071 slugging percentage, 2 home runs, 4 extra base hits against lefties in his last 14 games. So that power, even, you know, where it is, could still be going up more than they put it at 69. And then righties hitting 289 with the 553 slug. That could be about where it needs to be right now, but keep in mind, he is on a really, really hot streak right now. And the best thing about Bregman, one, he plays on the Astros, who are guaranteed to be in the postseason and could very well go deep into the postseason, so that usually does well for players. I remember Verlander, Springer, and Correa maybe too as well. They weren't diamonds before they got into the postseason, but they had more time to shine, and they went ahead and ended up going diamond. And Bregman also has really good defensive stats, 83 fielding and 87 arm strength, so his offensive numbers don't have to go up too much, and he only needs one more tick to go diamond. He's only going for less than 4K right now, and honestly, if he goes diamond, he's going for at least 10K, because this guy, gameplay-wise, is pretty good. When I used him, I hit 343 with him, so I did pretty well. He has great defense, pretty good speed, and his offensive numbers will be there once he goes diamond in my opinion, which he will, because he's just playing way too well right now, really, really hot for the Houston Astros. And he's in the home run derby. Let's just hope that doesn't mess him up, of course. There's some rumors. There's not exactly an exact science to that, but I don't know. I don't think he's gonna win though. Absolutely. Let me know down below in the comments. Who do you guys think is gonna win the home run derby in your opinion? Personally, I'm gonna say Jesus Aguilar is gonna win. That's who I did the mission for in this game. But on to our last one, we got Matt Carpenter for the St. Louis Cardinals. In his last 30 games against lefties, hitting 281 with the 688 slugging percentage, 3 home runs, 7 extra base hits, 8 walks, and 9 strikeouts. So that discipline at 102, it won't really move. That really helps boost up his overall at 102. It doesn't really affect gameplay, but overall it does. But righties 350 with the 750 slugging percentage. I think honestly, contact and power for both sides could have room to grow with Matt Carpenter, especially because he's finally getting healthy. Like this year and and last season, he wasn't really himself. He was kind of hurt. And also, he's had the history of being gold before. I think last year he might have even been like a I think he was like an 85, 86. I know he was a gold last year, so he also has a history, which is important. If you have been a gold in the past, they're more likely to push you onto that gold threshold. So 76 overall. I don't think it's too much of a stretch. He is going for 600 right now, but there is definitely some profit to be made, because if you think you buy him for 600, you know, his price settles at 1,100, 1,200, you know, you're gonna make double your stubs on every single carpenter, so that's gonna be 600 like every single time that you sell him. So you buy 10, that's 6,000 on Matt Carpenter right there. So definitely I think you guys should go ahead and invest in him. And all those 5 guys that I said, like I said, I am really confident in all 5 of those guys. Like I said, some of them are more conservative than others, and some of them, all SDS needs to do is just put the stats into the game, because they already have them and they're more than deserving of those offensive and defensive upgrades. But if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to like down below. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and there you guys comes out. Yeet.
Love is love and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory, I tell you.